It can be so frustrating when you have created such an amazing experience for your class and you're starting to wrap things up and guide them to the end of the class where you want to leave them feeling refreshed and energized for the rest of their day. And you start to notice that people are already packing up their things and taking off before your class is completely finished and done and before you've led them through that cool down. Well, today we're going to talk about different things that I would recommend you consider to bring up in your cool down and to bring up even before your cool down so that people stay and know the value of staying. If this is your first time visiting this channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you hear today and if what I have to offer you serves you, please like this video so that I know this content is helpful to you as a group fitness instructor, personal trainer, or fitness manager. And feel free to subscribe to this channel so you know when new content is being offered to you as a fitness professional. So if you're like me, you know that the cool down is your favorite time of class. So while of course we know that the warm up is very valuable, the actual class that you have to offer is of course very valuable and you've worked very hard on that. But the cool down can really serve as a place in class where you are inviting participants to reflect on the class that they just participated in, and they can be impressed with themselves after completing the class. And then it gives them the opportunity to think about what they could be looking forward to in your class in classes to come. So here are 6 things I recommend you say and do during your class and for the cool down itself to make the cool down experience so special and so important to them that your participants stay for that cool down. The first thing I recommend doing is reminding your class that the cool down is about to come, or explain to them during a difficult set, or maybe you're finishing with some really nice core work toward the end and it's challenging and it's intense. Help remind them that the cool down is on its way and that you are going to make it very special for them, and it should be their favorite time of class. So help kind of build up the anticipation for just how important and valuable that cool down is going to be and how you're going to create that great experience. And then you need to deliver that great experience. So the first thing to consider when you're building the actual physical cool down is to build stretches and exercises and mobility movements that involve moving the spine in all ranges of motion. So what I mean by this is moving the spine in a flexion, so adding in that rounding of the spine to really help lengthen and decompress the spine and decompress the vertebra, to think about side bending the spine and then getting all of the muscles up the side of the body into the lats and helping them feel open and extended, lifted like they're weightless after class. Thinking about twisting the spine, feeling gently, of course, helping them feel their core and feel that twisting of the spine, feel the obliques start to kick in and feel the difference in their breath as they twist. And then finally, thinking about that extension of the spine, which most of us know, depending on who your clientele is, if they sit at a desk all day, they tend to have much more tight pectoral muscles or chest muscles, and we want to make sure that we're helping to open those muscles and strengthen those upper back muscles. So incorporating some great movements of the spine is going to help your participants leave feeling excellent for the rest of their day. Once you have had them start their cool down, focus on movements that can help encourage participants to close their eyes and start to draw attention to their body and their breath. So maybe it's a child's pose, or maybe it's actually a supine, almost like a shavasana resting position in yoga. Before you start to slow things down and really get them into that mobility, give them the opportunity and invite them to close their eyes and start to think about what's going on inside of their body. As they start to focus on their breath, they can start to focus on slowing things down and bringing their body back to a normal state, which will help them feel more comfortable leaving the room after class, after that intense workout. The third thing I encourage you to do once you have your participants hopefully close their eyes and start to look deep into their body is to notice and acknowledge the hard work that they have put into class that day. So help acknowledge, we did a lot of high impact today. We did a lot of, maybe it was moving in all directions. We did a lot of heavy lifting of whatever equipment you've been using. And so bring in the gratitude and the idea behind the value of knowing that you've brought yourself closer to your goals. No matter what kind of class they may have taken or how good their day may have been in the gym, it's identifying that they showed up that day and that they are one step closer to what their goal may be. After you remind them to acknowledge the work that they've put in, it's time to start to identify how their body actually feels after the workout. So if you did program an amazing workout and you're guiding them through a nice cool down that's going to leave them feeling lighter and stronger than before, then reminding them how they feel after the workout is going to help remind them in the future when kids, when interruptions happen throughout the day, and they remember back to that great part of the cool down at the last class that you had helped remind them how amazing they felt after that workout they had with you. And so those things that are of course going to get in the way of everybody's workout start to fade away when they start to prioritize that feeling of feeling accomplished and feeling good, feeling all of those hormones and those great feelings we have after an excellent workout. Since you've helped remind them of the hard work that they put in for class, and you've helped them identify how their body feels, have them give themselves a little bit of credit. So help them, even just explaining that in the cool down, taking a second to acknowledging the fact that they made time that day for themselves and for their body, giving themselves that reward of the gratitude they have for being committed to themselves. And then finally, after you've gone through those great mental transitions at the end of your workout and you've invited them to look inside of themselves, always remember after you take that final, maybe it's a nice deep breath at the end of class, help them identify just how much gratitude you have for them in showing up to your class. There is most likely more than just one class on your group fitness schedule and a variety of other instructors they could be going to. So show that you care and show that you appreciate them showing up for your class that day. Whether you're subbing the class, and especially actually if you're subbing the class, a lot of the time I'll say especially thank you for staying for the class, as I have been, putting myself out there as a new instructor or a different instructor. So appreciating them for showing up. On the note of thanking your participants, I thank you so much for showing up for yourself as a fitness professional and leveling up by learning those 6 ways that I gave you to improve your cool down experience and help your participants find value in staying till the very last minute of your class. If you have any other ideas or suggestions that you add to your cool down, please comment below and provide your input. I can't wait to read what you guys have to share.